typical playing in the building with your friends after school. You know, the middle class Mumbaikar life that we've seen over the decades. I think that was typically what my upbringing was like. Even though there was another part of it, another side to it, which had the movies connected to it because of my father's profession. But we never really visited his sets too much. And not that there was, you know, anything too westernized or too forward-thinking going on in the sets. Also because the movies that he worked in also were very, very traditional Indian family-oriented movies.
Absolutely.
And India was different then, you know, in the 70s and 80s and a part of the 90s also when I grew up. And a lot has changed now since the late 80s and the 90s. I think our entire value system was very different at that point of time, and my family was no different. But I would like to say, parenting is very, very, very unique to every family. I won't say that you can say one size fits all, no matter which country you're from, no matter, you know, what socioeconomic class you belong to. I think every family has its own positives and negatives, pluses and minuses. And mine was no different. We were not a perfect family. Of course, dad was, like most Indian fathers, I think he was the bread earner of the family. He was mostly away, and mom was the homemaker. So we didn't see him too often. Of course, only on weekends when he flew down to wherever he was shooting. And I think most of the dads of that era probably thought that, you know, family chala rahe hai.
Right.
So that is what a father does.
Yeah.
And the mothers, I think, like my mom, believed that she had to be staying home, looking after the family, taking care of our homework, and everything else that follows. So I grew up with, I would say, a normal family in the sense, but it was also very stereotypically normal, of course. And my style of parenting and my style of bringing up my child is quite the antithesis to that. I have a different set of beliefs, different style of parenting, and I won't say one is good or bad than the other.
Sure.
I would just like to say that I'm a little more hands-on in my parenting style. I'm more of a friend to my son. And I give him a lot of independence, but I am firm also at the same time. So, which is why I wrote this book, you know, to of course talk about what exactly my parenting style is and why did I, you know, opt for such a unique journey as a father, as a single father. And how does it differ? I think, how does it differ from how it was for my parents? So I did learn a lot from them, as I spoke about in this the first half of my answer, but there's a lot I unlearned too, to really carve my own path as a father, to really do what I think would be best for my son. And of course, there's no perfect answer. 20, 30 years down the line, my son will probably be saying that I will not do what my father did.
Yes.
There's no perfect parenting style, and I'm sure I'm making a lot of mistakes too. But of course, I'm open to learning and I'm open to correction.
And I hope when his son does a book 30 years later, we are representing his book too.